This program may contain visuals that might offend sensitive viewers. Parental guidance is advised.
This is an SABC News presentation.
This week, Cutting Edge brings you a program that focuses on LGBTI issues. The Constitution of South Africa not only guarantees the rights of all minorities, but further goes on to state that no one can be discriminated against because of the color of their skin, religion, gender, or even sexual orientation.
They're brutally killing us, and then they're murdering us, and then they're killing us emotionally with the words, that they're uttering to us. I've always known that I'm different from the other boys. I don't play cards, and vroom.
So pronouns are very important, but they can also be very violent to people. And so my pronouns are they, them, and their. So they, as I said, I reject the gender binary.
For cis-het people, getting to know and understanding the LGBTI community can be confusing and intimidating. So let's start off with some loose definitions that we may use in the course of the documentary. And by the way, the acronym LGBTI stands for lesbians, gays, bisexuals, transgender, and intersex people. In some parts of the world, they've added an A at the end to represent asexual people, and others a Q for queer people. Right. When you're cis-het, you identify with your assigned at-birth gender as well as heterosexual, or you're attracted exclusively to people of the opposite sex. The binary or the gender binary is a belief that only two genders exist, namely male or female. In the shadow of glamorous Cape Town lies a sleepy dorpie called Paarl. Very little happens here besides the production of wine. We're here to meet a 29-year-old trans activist, Oxola.
When you are transsexual, it basically means that you're wearing the other sex's clothes, even though you're not considering going through the whole gender confirming process. You don't go through that, but rather, you wear your weave, and then you wear your stilettos and your whatevers. But then when you are a transgender, it means you are going through gender affirming process. And a gay person is rather a man being in love with another man.
Ola is currently undergoing one of the biggest and most important changes in her life.
I'm on hormones. Yeah.
Talk to me about that and why you're on hormones and what that process is.
For you to fully transition, actually, you need to go through hormones first. Yeah, the hormones will change your body from being a male's body into being a female's body. The physique of a male that I have. Not totally that, because I've never had a physique of a male, but anyways, it's going to change totally. Like my hips are going to grow bigger, and then my chest is going to flatten.
Okay.
Yeah. So
are you looking forward to that? What difference will that make to how you feel?
I body like this. I don't know, but I love it. For me, it's fine. I see no problem with it. Like it's firm, it's fit, it's what I want it to be. You know, I love it.
Although Xola believes she's been out all her life, her relationship with her parents remains strained.
So you were born a Xhosa man.
Yeah.
And so people will say that ayenziwa lento emaXhoseni. What is that? What do you say to that?
Transgenderism does not have a race. You know, it does not choose black, white, colored, or I don't know, whatever race. It does not. You know, it's just how you feel and who are you. Even if I were to be Zulu and still being born as a transgender.
Abantu badla ngokuthi into zabelungu lezo and so on and so forth, you know.
It does not have a race.
Is the acceptance or approval of those close to you important to you as a trans person?
Your father has never had a problem with it.
Yes, he's had a huge problem with it, and he would beat me sometimes. You know, at times he would beat me just playing with the girls, you know, but I think he actually, as I grew up and as he would see that, okay, fine, I'm not changing no matter what he's doing, he rather tried to tolerate it, I would say, because accepting it, I would say that I'd be lying if I say that he's accepted but rather tolerated it.
We are full now and what I accept.
Well, obviously, everybody wants the love to feel the full potential life from their parents and the support in everything that they do, you know, yeah. I've just known that, okay, fine, I'm a girl, one, so there is no way I'm going to go kick soccer. I'm just going to handle soccer with my hands, not with my feet. Mm-hmm. So I've always known that I'm different from the other boys. I don't play cards, and vroom, I play dolls and dress up.
Before being considered men, Xhosa boys are taken to the mountain for a traditional ritual called Ugoluka. Families take pride in showing off their young men who have completed this ritual. This wasn't the case for Xola's family.
But as growing up, yeah, it was something about the consideration. Like, okay, fine, for my parents' sake. I don't want to lie, it was something I was considering for my parents' sake, you know, just to make them happy. Probably if I go through it, they're going to accept me. But as I grew up and throughout the years, I felt like, okay, fine, why should I keep on continuing and carrying on trying to satisfy abanye bantu kobombam and live my life with them? Like, it's not making me happy, it's rather making other people happy. So what's the point of me living if it's for somebody else? Really, you know, so that's why I felt like I decided, you know what, if I'm not gonna do it, I'm just gonna live my life.
Being trans herself and also working as a trans activist, Xola gets front row seats to trans issues in her community.
Some are being, you know, thrown out of their houses by their parents because now they're trans, or now they've started dressing like the opposite sex even though they are the other sex, and then, being discriminated inside the house, you know, because we're living in a transphobic world, if I may put it like that. You know, it's if you are a trans or if you are a gay or a lesbian, you know, is seen as an epidemic, you know, something that's so demonic and so unnatural and unhuman, you know. So it for them actually it destroys them, because it begins at home. And that's where it really kills them. Who would choose to be hated? You know, who would choose to, who would choose to go through such hatred as growing up and as a kid? Who would choose to be hurt throughout the rest of their lives because they feel different, because you know, you're going to get stereotypes, and you're going to be called names and all of that. Like, who would choose that life? So no, you don't choose it, it chooses you. and you just have to live it because it's your life.
So you've
Just like being born, whether a Zulu or being born white or being born rich or being born poor, you don't actually get to choose that.
I asked Uxola what it feels like to consistently have to explain yourself and who you are in the year 2017.
It's actually annoying and it's tiring because I feel like just because I'm a trans woman does not mean I'm an alien all of a sudden. I'm a woman. Yes, I may have special needs because obviously because of the operations that I will go through and then the help that I will require from actually the hospital or the clinic. But still, I'm a woman. So you don't actually have to ask me, what are you? You know, or treat me like an egg. I'm human. The same treatment you're going to give to a naturally born woman is the same treatment you're supposed to give me, other than having to ask me a lot of questions. Like, it's really annoying. Trans people or LGBTI people, you know, we're human, we're all people. We deserve the right to life just like any other person. You know, for you to hate me just because I feel different is not gonna make you a better person, or is not necessarily gonna say you're going to heaven and I'm not gonna go to heaven just because I feel like the different sex. You know, we are born in a world of sin where everybody is a sinner. So it doesn't matter what sin am I doing or what sin are you doing, but in the Lord's eye, it's all equal. So love your child, support your child. I mean, support us, love us, because we're just human. We've done nothing wrong. We're doing no wrong to anybody. We deserve life. I mean, why kill me just because I feel like I'm a woman or I want to transition into a woman? Like, what does that say about you? So is that act humanical?
It takes patience and the finest ingredients to craft a milk stout of superior quality that is made to be savored by the most refined palate. Castle Milk Stout. Savor the moment. The Castle Milk Stout 440ml can, now with a wider mouth for a smoother pour.
News Today provide news updates giving a wealth of knowledge, breaking stories and crossing live for you. We follow business developments intensely. Experts and analysts tackle all challenging issues for you. We cover stories locally and abroad to keep you informed. We cover all sporting codes just for you. We are sure to give you weather to be ready for the day. Stay tuned to News Today at 3 p.m. from Monday to Friday on SABC News.
We spent some time with former General Secretary of Rainbow UCT in the hopes that we'd demystify some gender and sex-related questions we wanted answers to. Vuyisani Bisholo identifies as genderqueer.
pronouns are very important because that's where gender starts. That's when you start gendering people. Because wherever you walk, wherever you go, like if you walk into a store, they'll like, "Hi, sir. Hi. Can you please come? This lady over here. That and here they are. Here is she, or whatever." All those things. So we always need to use pronouns. Even during this conversation, we need to use pronouns. So pronouns are very important, but they can also be very violent to people. And so my pronouns are they, them, and their. So they, as I said, I reject the gender binary, so I don't use he or she. But of course, with my very close friends and special friends, we use any pronoun. We literally use it, she, anything. Because we don't find them that important. But my official pronouns are definitely they, them, and their, in the sense that I don't want to subscribe to the gender binary.
In layman's terms, you don't want to be identified as either a man or a woman.
Definitely, that's what I'm
at best rather be both, or
neither. That's the binary itself. The fact that I'm asked whether I want to be a boy, whether I want to be, or I want to be a girl, that's what's wrong with the world. Why can't we raise our children to be whoever they want to be? Why can't we raise genderless children? Children that don't subscribe to the gender binary? Because trying to make a person fit a particular role is what is oppressive to them, it's what causes a lot of heartache and a lot of unnecessary things which I don't want to even experience, but I have. If I want to explore femininity, I will. If that, according to society, is being a woman, then hi, so be it. Being feminine should not be associated with having a vagina. So, and that's why I'm not even thinking about sex changes, because I can explore my femininity as much as I want to with whatever I have done.
Are we as the general public doing enough to secure the safety and comfort of genderqueer people in South Africa?
You're definitely not doing it. Because if I walk down, like Cape Town is meant to be the gay capital of Africa or South Africa. But if you ask me, it's as bad as the rest. Of course, there are places within Cape Town where you can feel safe as a queer person, but most other spaces, especially if ungumntu hlambo ohlala elokishini or someone who needs to use the taxi, because not all of us can travel with Uber and all those things, because if you need to use the taxi, uzawuhamba taxi rank, and then these cis-het black men will be saying all kind of things. It's weird because if they think I'm a woman, because sometimes they genuinely think I'm a woman, and so I can't fault them for that, because it's how the world is. So when they think I'm a woman, when they genuinely think I'm a woman, weirdly they'll start singing my praises, but not in a good way, like, ooh, that ass, ooh, that, you're so beautiful, what's going on, come here, my baby, like those things. I'm like, hi. So if I look a bit manly on a particular day, but then I still have my weave, I still have my makeup on, then that's the day where I'll get the most hate, because they'll be like, oh wow, like, because it's weird how men think they have this right, or they're so entitled to commenting and to approaching people and saying, okay, what is this, or who are you, what are you, or just past comments. It's disgusting, actually. It's very disgusting how
it's nature.
It's disgusting. So even for women, I fear, because the men of this country are disgusting.
Bathrooms and forms and work.
Everything is a problem. You fill in a form, they ask you gender, male or female. I'm like, okay, so these people have just fused sex and gender to mean the same thing. So everything is a problem. Bathrooms are also a problem. They're such a problem. But because, as I've said, men in South Africa are generally more violent than women, if I'm going to a public bathroom, I'll definitely use the ladies' bathroom, because that's less harmful to me. Like it's, I haven't experienced a lady coming up to me and saying harmful things or violent things or being swearing or all those things. But I've certainly experienced men, because they feel so entitled to having an opinion about other people's bodies and about other people's behaviors, other people's appearances. So that's why I would never go into a men's bathroom. I just had a recent experience. I was buying clothes I was trying to fit in clothes, and then these ladies park fitting rooms, because it's in Cavendish is quite gendered. So there's the ladies section upstairs and there's the men's section downstairs. So because I'm gonna go and look for whatever I want. So if I want to wear a jumpsuit and it happens to be in the ladies section, I'm gonna go get it. So now I do that. I was with a friend of mine. I go and get this jumpsuit. Okay. Well, as I go to the fitting room, there are two ladies there. I don't know if they are monitoring who goes in and out of the fitting room. So now again I get with my friend, and then they're like, "Oh no, this is ladies only." And then I ask them, "What defines a lady?" Because I'm a lady. I consider myself a lady. So what defines a lady? Why are you now policing my gender? And then they're like, "Hey, awuzokwazi ungena apha. SABC manager." So they go and they call this manager, and then they were so furious, and I don't know, like they were so rude. They were not if you are they were not professional about the whole thing. Because if you're professional and you have to say, okay, awukwazi ungena apha, you'll say, "I'm very sorry, but due to how the store is set up, we can't allow you in here." But the way they said it was just very hostile and I picked up transphobia, queerphobia, you name it. That was very violent, and everything in this world continues to be violent because it's designed for the binary, it's designed for cisgendered people, it's designed for people who are like, okay, I embrace being a man, or I embrace being a woman, and if not, then you face what I faced, being told that, okay, because now they decided by the way I look, but okay, you're not a lady, which is quite problematic. Because fitting rooms, it's not the only store in the world or in South Africa, and most stores don't have gendered fitting rooms. Because you go to a particular room within the fitting room, so it's not like you're going to be in the same space. Privacy is still maintained, even though the fitting rooms are not gendered. I don't think privacy is the problem. I think it's people's mentalities and people's understanding of the world that's being challenged when I walk into a space not being cisgendered and calling myself a lady, and people try to police that and tell me, no, you're not. It's not about safety at all.
Certain choices in life lead us not to our destination. Prostitution will not.
Everything that I used to do then, it was something that I never thought of, I never dreamed of.
One bad choice in life led her to another.
Most of my clients, they used to ask me a question, what am I doing in that industry? Because it does not suit me at all.
Her demons haunted her until she changed her life.
I used to pray that, Lord, if you can deliver me from these drugs, I promise you that I will serve you for the rest of my life.
She has since found peace and is serving her community.
We'll try by all means to spend time with all of our kids.
Join your host, Buleng Mulibati, every Friday at 17:30.
The guides told me.
Ghanaian Bishop Dag Hewitt-Mills sparked the wrath of the LGBTI community when he made this statement during a sermon.
Those are his wives, the 75 of them. I said 1 to 75. That sounds powerful. It's not, that's nature. Yes. Dogs, cats, leopards. Mention the animal. Which one has one partner? It's just like homosexuality. You don't have male and male. If you use that reasoning to say homosexuality is not natural, you don't find 2 male dogs or 2 male lions, 2 male.
This made choreographer and TV personality Somizi Mhlongo storm out of the sermon in a huff and a puff.
Elephants, 2 male. There's nothing like that in nature. It's unnatural.
Oh Lord. Breathe in, Wusa Somizi. I've just stormed out of church because some guest pastor from somewhere in Africa just decided to take a turn and speak about homosexuality and how sinful and disgusting and how it's not even animals practice that and blah 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 blah, and the church is like cheering and blah blah. I'm not gonna sit there and listen to somebody offending me. This is who I am. I am a gay man. Get it straight into your skull. My soul is all right with my God.
They're brutally killing us, and then they're murdering us, and then they're killing us emotionally with the words, that they're uttering to us, people like me, when we're just walking in the streets.
The queer people of South Africa, I think we just need to own who we are, because I've realized through my journey that when I finally explored my gender, when I finally explored my person, my being, that's when people around me started appreciating me even more, appreciating the person that I am and the things that I do. So the moment you become yourself, your true self, the moment you stand in your truth fully, that's when everyone will start seeing that, wow, this is such a beautiful thing, because we all humans and we appreciate beautiful things. And when you see something beautiful, even if it's foreign to you, when you see that, inhle lento, inhle kakhulu, you are going to appreciate it. Uzawuthi hayi into enhle nyani le, and people should appreciate it. And so that's what we need to do. We need to go out there and flourish and do amazing things for ourselves and nabantu bakuthi.